Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to the briefing on Monday, the 2nd of October. Right. Well, you seem to be in a situation where the fronts are splitting the country in half for the next day or two. Certainly yesterday was the case. The middle of the country was pretty miserable. The Boyne was quite nice. Down here eventually cleared up. It's a little bit lower today, and you'll see what's predicted is all quite variable at the moment. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. That's the midday chart showing just to the north of us a warm front. It's sort of more or less sort of warm sector, damp air, southerly flow coming up towards us, very light winds. And again, the pressures, middle of the range, really 1,016, something like that. So that's what the Met Office predict, and we'll go through the rest of the information. The TAFs for today, normally when Farnborough's got a three-line TAF, it's never very good. So the key points are they're just sort of saying they've adjusted the wind 200 degrees, 2 knots. It was about half an hour ago they were giving sort of 290, 10 knots. Couldn't rationalise that with any other forecast. So yeah, they changed that. Broken at 600 feet was probably what they've got now. We're in mist really because we're a bit higher than they are. Between 6 and 8, drizzle, 300 feet cloud base, and it just says sometime in the morning becoming scattered at 1,500 feet, which for us will be scattered at 1,000, 1,200 feet. And then you get on to the tempos of whenever the rain's going to appear. Getting a little bit better as the morning goes on, and then wind picking up in the afternoon, variable 15 gusting 25, which basically means potential probably for thunderstorms or the front coming through at some point mid to late afternoon. Odium's normally quite a reliable forecaster as well, and they're giving a similar sort of picture, but not necessarily on the gusty winds. They're suggesting sometime this afternoon showers and rain later this afternoon. And the current weather at Odium, which is normally a good indicator of what we've got, is overcast at 300 feet. And remember, we're 200 feet higher than Odium, so we're pretty much in the cloud. But it says becoming broken at 600 feet at some point. Okay, so upper winds, as you can imagine, a bit variable around the front. I think southerly around us if we do go flying, but not very strong. Sat pic shows the band of cloud just sitting over us, and again, it's probably not very thick, and it'll lift up and slowly break up, hopefully. Rainfall radar just picks up the front, which is going to be creeping towards us, and that's what we're going to see developing out here and coming towards us this afternoon. Temperature-wise, it's 16 at the moment on the car thermometer. I reckon about 20 today. Feel quite humid. The dew points in a lot of places, temperature was 16 and dew point was 16. So, top meteo and sky sight, slight disagreement. Various things. Let's look at both of them. Today we've got nothing else to do for an hour or two this morning. So this is the cloud picture, sort of 10 o'clock. These bits here are sub 500 foot cloud. And as you roll it through a couple of hours, like sort of midday, beginning to clear up. And broken in the afternoon, overcast in places. And then you can see showers developing here and probably rain coming in later on. That's 6 o'clock. The rain moving in, and their rainfall radar picks that up. There's the stuff you saw on the chart. And then it's coming in by, they're saying 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you go to Skyside, they're suggesting cloud base, maybe by 11, 12 o'clock. Has broken up a bit, and there's 1,000 feet around Lasham. Then by the afternoon, 1,600 to 2,000 feet. And they're not suggesting any rain, particularly. It's sort of, they're suggesting it's staying out to the west of us. So, flyable from later on, I think, is our best possibility. It's a matter of drinking tea and keeping an eye on it, working out what we can do a little bit later. I think we'll know by 12 o'clock, we'll know what it's going to be like one way or the other. Airspace wise, very little around us. As you can see, right the way down to the coast, completely clear here. And the only thing there is parachuting a little Rissington north of Bryce. Not going to be an issue for us today. So quite quiet on the airspace front and very quiet on the jet movement front for the next couple of days, unless they suddenly spring something on us. So setup wise, I have no idea what we're going to do until we actually get out there, take a look at the windsock and see which way the wind's going, because it could be, it says variable 2 knots, it could be all over the place. Wouldn't be surprised if it's not a southeasterly wind when it starts to clear. Okay, folks, enjoy a cup of tea, and hopefully we'll get something late morning this afternoon.